Hello, thank you for joining me. My name is Mary. Today I'm going to lead you through my personal morning yoga routine. A blanket could come in handy. Let's get started. Come to your mat, onto your hands and knees. Spread your fingers. Bring your knees about hip-width distance apart. We're just going to start with a couple of cat-cows. So bring your chest forward and your tailbone up. And arch your spine, draw your chin towards your chest, tuck in your tailbone. And then move with your own breath. So breathing in as you open up your chest and bring your tailbone up, and exhaling as you draw in. And as you're moving at your own pace, notice if there are any areas that feel stiff or creaky, and just pay special attention to those areas during your practice today. Come to stillness. Now curl your toes, lift your knees off the ground, then bring your hips up into downward dog with very bent knees. Let your neck relax. Pedal your feet and move, and just give a scan of your body, finding any areas that need some attention. Come to stillness. Draw your hips up towards the sky and your heels down towards the earth, still keeping your knees bent, but feeling a length along the back of your leg. Now look to your hands, walk your feet up to your hands to come to halfway lift with a very straight spine, crown of your head forward, hands on your shins or your thighs. Forward fold, bending your knees a lot so that your chest rests on your thighs. Let your neck relax. You could tense your fingers or you could hold on to opposite elbows and rock from side to side. Feeling length in your spine. If you've held on to your elbows, let go. Press your feet into the earth and start to rise up, first unhinging and then straightening your legs. Bring your arms out and up, and then draw your hands towards your heart and down towards your sides. Press your feet into the earth. Bring your arms out and up as you breathe in. Exhale, bring your hands through heart center, forward fold, tense your fingers, step your right foot back into low lunge. Plant your hand, step your left foot back into downward dog. Breathe in, come to all fours. Exhale, sink into child's pose. Inhale, back to all fours. Exhale into downward dog, neck relaxed, hips high and back. Look to your hands, walk your feet up to your hands to come to halfway lift. Hinge and fold, press into the ground, rise up, arms out and up. Bring your hands to your heart and down to your sides. Take a breath in, arms out and up. Hinge and fold, tense your fingers, step your left foot back into low lunge. Then step your right foot back into downward dog. Breathe in, come to all fours. Exhale, sink into child's pose. Inhale, up to all fours. Curl your toes, bring your hips high and back to downward dog. Let your neck relax. Draw your hips up towards the sky and your heels towards the ground. Your knees could still be bent, but they might feel a little bit more flexible. The back of your leg might feel a little bit more flexible now. Look to your hands. Walk your feet up to your hands to come to halfway lift. Hinge and fold. Press into the earth to rise up, arms out and up. Bring your hands to your heart and down to your sides. Take a full deep breath in, arms out and up. Hinge and forward fold. Tense your fingers, step your right foot back into low lunge. Then plant your hands, step your left foot back into plank. In plank, Rock back and forth, pressing your heels towards the back of the room and then pivoting on the balls of your feet, just loosening up the ankles. Now, lower your knees to the ground and then lower all the way to your belly, squeezing your sides with your arms as you lower. Rest your forehead on the mat. Plant the tops of your feet into the earth. Draw your shoulders down and back. Lift your chest up as you breathe in. Exhale down. Press back up into all fours. Curl your toes on your way to downward dog. Now come to your knees and then sit on your heels. And we'll just do one round of Bhastrika breath. So that's a deep breath, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose, but very forcefully. So as you breathe in, draw air in, and then as you exhale, press your belly to your spine to force the air out. Bring your palms facing up. Take a moment to notice what's going on in your mind and your body. Come forward into all fours. Step your right foot up. Come to a low lunge, but with your left knee on the ground. And we're going to sink back in our hips and work towards straightening our right leg into a pose called half splits. So you might keep your knee a little bit bent, your right knee a little bit bent. Let your neck relax and fold to a point that's comfortable for you. From here, place your right foot firmly on the earth and then step your left foot to a standing position. We're going into pyramid pose. You might need to adjust your back foot either forward or backward to find a comfortable position. And we're just going to walk our hands over to the right. Let your neck relax. So feeling an expansion along the left side of your body. Now walk your hands forward and then step your left foot to meet your right. Come to halfway lift. Hinge and fold and then press into the ground to rise up. Bring your hands to your heart and down to your sides. Come into mountain pose or Tadasana. So have your feet firmly planted into the earth, slight bend to your knees, draw your shoulder blades down and back. Take a breath here. Bring most of your weight to your left foot, tent your right foot, bend your right knee, and then hold on to your right foot with your right hand. So begin by pressing your foot into the palm of your hand, and then start to pivot forward. Bring your left hand forward. We're coming into dancer pose. So as you're coming into this pose, you'll feel a pull and push. So stretching your left arm one direction, pressing your right foot into your hand, slightly arching your back, finding strength and grace in the pose. And then release. Take a full deep breath in, arms out and up. Hinge and forward fold. Tent your fingers. Step your right foot back into a low lunge. Plant your hands. Step your left foot back into plank. Draw your navel towards your spine. Stretch your heels towards the back of the room. Lower to your knees and squeeze your sides as you lower all the way to your belly. Press the tops of your feet into the earth and rise up into cobra. And exhale down, resting your forehead on the mat. Press into all fours and then sit on your heels, and we'll practice breathing again. So forceful inhales and exhales. Now turn your palms facing up and observe. It might feel good to close your eyes for a moment and notice your natural breath. Notice how your body feels, and notice how your mind feels. Come into all fours. Step your left foot forward into low lunge with your right knee on the ground. Hinge back, and then bring your left foot forward into half splits. Let your neck relax. Press your left foot into the ground and step your right foot up to a position that's comfortable. Let your neck relax. Walk your hands over to the left so that you feel an opening and expansion along your right side body. As you breathe in, notice even more of an expansion. Come back to center. Step your right foot to meet your left. Come to halfway lift. Hinge and fold. Press into the ground to rise up. Bring your hands to your heart and down to your sides. Bring most of your weight to your right foot. Bend your left knee. Hold on to the top of your left foot with the palm of your left hand. Begin to hinge forward, pressing left foot into left hand. Now bring your right hand forward and begin that push-pull of stretching with your right hand, pressing with your left foot, and find your back bend. It might be helpful to find a point of focus and feel your strength, your power. And then come back. Take a full deep breath in. Bring your arms up. Lateral bend to the right. Feeling expansion along your left side body. Breathe in and tilt to the left. So feeling expansion in your right side body. Come back to center and then come to a seated position. Bring your legs out in front of you and just start to rub your legs up and down. Maybe spending a little bit of time giving the area around your knees a massage. Finding any areas that feel a little bit tender and just give them a little massage. And then turn your wrists and ankles. And then we're going to fold over, do a forward fold. So you could have knees bent or legs straight. Finding length in the back of your legs. And your hand placement could vary depending on your flexibility, thighs, shins, or feet. Notice if you're holding tension anywhere in your shoulders or your neck. See if you can let go. And focus on your inhales and your exhales. Come up to a seated position. If you have a blanket, You can bring that and set it under your low back. And we're just going to bring our feet up. You could have your arms out like airplane wings. And notice your breath. Now bend your knees, and we're just going to bring our knees towards our right arm. So just twisting to the side and finding a position in that twist that feels good in your body. You could bring your knees closer to your chest or further away, depending on where your flexibility is. And just feel a release in your lower back. And then bring your knees back to center and move over to the other side. You could be looking up towards the sky, or maybe looking, if your knees are to the left, looking over to the right. And then come back to center. Roll onto your side and then come up to a seated position. I'm going to sit on my blanket so that my hips are a little bit higher than my knees and come into a cross-legged position if that's comfortable. Sit up tall and close your eyes if it's comfortable. Notice your breath, perhaps noticing the sensations of the inhale and exhale, tracing the air as it moves in through your nose, down your throat, and into your lungs, and then making the journey back out of your lungs, up your throat, and out your nose. Notice if any particular thoughts are repeating in your mind. And come back to your breath, to come back to yourself. And just put those thoughts on pause for right now. Always coming back to your breath when you need a break from your thoughts. Begin to give thanks for your basic needs being met. Your housing, your clothing, the food that you have access to. And then call to mind the people that are important to you and give thanks that you have them in your life. Friends and family, co-workers, neighbors. Bring awareness to the area around your heart, the seat of compassion, and foster that compassion, and begin by offering yourself love and compassion. And then offering love and compassion to your loved ones, friends, and family. And then offer up that compassion to to people you don't even know, to people you may meet sometime or never meet. And send that compassion out to everyone in the world. Sit here for a couple of moments. Just paying attention to your inhales and exhales. Maybe spending some more time giving thanks, or maybe just paying attention to your breath. Come back to your breath, and when you're ready to take an inhale, take a deep breath in, starting from your belly, moving up, expanding your ribs all the way up to your chest, and then let the air go, exhaling through your mouth. Do that one more time. Deep, full inhale from your belly, ribs, and chest, and exhale through your mouth. Draw your hands to your heart. Take a moment to feel the beating of your hearts. Press your thumbs into your heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.